advantage of it. He's willing.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny. You said all this stuff about rappers and stuff that I thought was pretty scary. And then it all started coming out in the news right after you said it.
Right.
About how it's a weird sex cult and Illuminati.
Right, exactly.
And now they're all bragging that's what they're in.
Yeah, I think now they're trying to make it, you say it so much it becomes less important. They're
acclimating. They're just throwing it out there.
It's a fad. Everybody needs to do this. Yeah, right. No. It's still dangerous, and people are still losing their lives and losing their minds and ultimately losing their souls.
I don't know why they're into this. Reportedly, Lady Gaga, it's been confirmed by multiple friends and managers. Someone has to sleep in the room with her, and she's tortured by demons. Right. And thinks she's followed around by ghosts. Well, yeah, you're telling little girls to worship the devil. Bad stuff's going to happen to you.
Exactly. Beyonce has this alter ego she calls, it's her, this entity that lives inside of her. She calls Sasha Fierce. Lady Gaga mentioned the fact that there's a young 13-year-old white gay individual lives inside of her, which is called Roman. So they're admitting these things. These things are out there. People are just not taking it serious. This is actual demon possession. And they're going through rituals in front of millions of people in front of our
Tony Blair admitted that he falls to the
Will Smith's time is nigh. Whenever you get a status to where Will Smith is sitting, you have to go through a charade of rituals. Before Will Smith became who he is, he was introduced to a charade of people that was before him, that were considered his kings, his masters, before he reached his throne. Will Smith jumped in with both feet, but there was a catch. In order for him to be where he's at, he has to do a numerous of things. But the thing they wanted the most, for him to turn out his child before the elite.
Nah, we're very affectionate.
Have you ever He tried to kiss me in the
Have you ever kissed your son on Thai television before? You're not looking to kiss my son. On Thai television? Kiss my son. Jaden, come on. Are you okay?
Some of you believe that's just affection. There's nothing wrong with embracing your child before the world. But there's a lot wrong with this. Because that young man really don't embrace that type of behavior. His father forces it on him, but his son plays it off with laughter. Basically what you're seeing is a ritual. Will Smith submitting his son before the elite, before the world. This was done in Roman Catholicism to Caesar when they went to please Caesar, because Caesar also was a pedophilia. You understand what I'm telling you? This man is sacrificing his son before the world, but not with death yet, but with a sexual suggestion of gesture for the elite to have their way with his son.
That he falls to the ground every morning and is possessed by the angel of light. This is mainstream news. And he said, yeah, what's the big deal? And flops around on the ground. The devil's called the angel of light. I mean, you can't make this up.
No, definitely can't. Definitely can't make this up. But these are the things that need to be brought out to let the people know that this is actual fact and this is real.
How can you, I mean, I know you're not around it a lot, but how can you be around some of this stuff?
Well, you know, my thing is touch and go.
I guess you're waking them up.
And that's probably one of the main issues why they got hands off Professor Griff campaign, which they're going to have a campaign because I'm going to get in their chest regardless. I'm going to be in their face. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to deal with it regardless.
Yeah, you're a really hard soldier for the truth out there.
Exactly. I have to be. I have to be. So
well, it's all coming out. I mean, it's coming out, but a lot of them, some of them are still, lip service and naysayers. But in a minute, they're not going to be able to deny it. But I read about how unhappy all these devil worshippers are, whether they're white or black or whatever. It is like, reportedly, it gets bad right away. I mean, it's like they're not even happy doing this. I mean,
no, they're not. But they're hiding behind the wealth. They're hiding behind the fact that they can take a private plane to Saint-Tropez somewhere and party for a weekend and, drink their troubles away. But you got to come right back to the same reality. Right back to the same reality. And the music industry is not getting any better. It's spilling over into the entertainment aspect, when the movie stars, the television stars, and it's spilling over into sports.
Yeah, the National Baseball League, they've now confirmed, people didn't believe it when we first put it out, they've now responded and said, we were just joking, but we do believe in witchcraft. They put witchcraft, hardcore stuff up on during the baseball game. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I know some of the athletes, can't mention their name just yet, but a lot of them have came out and seeking help. How do they deal with this kind of thing? Because they're being asked to be a part of this commercial, this television show, this movie, this cult, in order to enhance their careers. And this is very real.
You know what's happening?
A new allegation has just surfaced of somebody that claims to have been at a secret meeting back in 1991 where they say that essentially the Illuminati sort of commissioned the hip-hop industry to promote gangster rap and just these, garbage thug images as a way to try to influence and encourage crime to benefit the private prison industry, right? So this letter titled "The Secret Meeting That Changed Rap Music and Destroyed a Generation" surfaced on a website called hiphopisred.com not long ago, allegedly from somebody that emailed it to them that says that they were at this meeting, right? Now, of course,
Grammy Award-winning singer Lauryn Hill has been ordered by a judge to, quote, undergo counselling because of her conspiracy theories. What was her conspiracy theory? That the music industry oppresses people with actual talent in favour of pumping out mindless crap. Yesterday, Hill was sentenced to 3 months in jail, followed by 3 months home confinement, after failing to pay a tax bill because she had withdrawn from society following threats to her family. In June last year, Hill posted a diatribe to her Tumblr account complaining of how the music industry is, quote, manipulated and controlled by a media-protected military-industrial complex. As we've highlighted numerous times in the past, other recording artists have made it clear that anyone who doesn't sell out to the Illuminati, or even, as Nicole Scherzinger recently remarked, sell their soul to Satan, tends to find success hard to maintain in an industry that punishes individuals who dare to speak their mind.
If it was as simple as a contract dispute, then why not just come back to America and get with another network who would be more than happy to match that contract and more? But that hasn't happened because he's been blackballed. He is not to come back. For whatever reason, whatever happened at that meeting, when he told them to kick rocks, or whatever he told them, they made sure that he was not going to be able to come back. Oh yeah, he could do little stand-up shows here and there, but he's never going to come back on that level that he was. Because if we heard that he had a show right now, everybody's going to be watching that to see if Dave Chappelle still has it. And exactly. You cannot, the dude is still doing comedy. You can't tell me that he just got sick of it after, 2 or 3 seasons. He just got sick of it and he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I see pictures of him doing stand-up popping up all over the internet, and there are these small venues, and just out of nowhere he'll pop in and do his shows, so...
Yeah, I like I said, on the rumor mill, and I heard this from reliable sources within the industry, if we want to get more nuts and bolts about it, he was warned by Oprah. He was warned by Oprah and a few other black luminaries that he was to chill out. That's who the meeting was with. Like, dude, you need to chill out with all of this racial stuff because, and they probably couldn't tell him why at that time, but you just need to chill out. He tells them to kick rocks. They scare him to death. He runs to Africa. He comes back to America. And who does he give his first interview with? Oprah. Okay, and which means her rating shot through the roof. So we witnessed a gangster move on Oprah's part because she's the one that walked Obama into the White House in the first place. The Dave Chappelle, and I just saw this too. He has a joke that he does now, and if you get a chance, you could probably find it on YouTube. He has a joke that he puts in this bit where he says, I was when I was doing the Chappelle show, Obama called me, and he does he does Obama's voice. He's like, I'm gonna need you to stop doing these black jokes, and he's turned it into a skit, but there's a lot of truth in what he's saying.
Day before my son's birthday in 2008, and I got a phone call and was like, Dave Chappelle wasn't speaking. Hey, Spell, this is Barack Obama.